Imagine stepping on the gas pedal of your car and pulling the handbrake at the exact same time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds
Right. Like the engine roars, the tires start smoking, you get that smell of burning rubber everywhere, but you were not actually moving forward at all. You're just burning out.
yeah, just completely stuck.
Exactly. Well, welcome back to Horoscope TV.
Hmm.
If you are a Capricorn or, if you care about someone who is, you absolutely must tune in right now.
You really do.
Yeah, because we are looking at the astrological charts and forecasts for the zodiac sign of Capricorn for the week of June 29th to July 5th, 2026. And you need to listen to this because this is just, it is a massive, monumental week for you. We're talking about huge shifts in your career, totally unexpected plot twists in your love life, and a full moon right in your own sign that is going to bring your deepest goals into really sharp focus.
That is exactly right. I mean, this is not a week where you just kind of coast through your normal routine and wait for the weekend.
Definitely not.
No. We are going to analyze the astro charts for this week to map out exactly how these planetary movements will impact, your daily life, your wallet, and your heart.
Right.
The goal here is to give you the practical tools and the understanding you actually need to handle everything that is coming your way.
Yeah, because the way I see this week for you, Capricorn, is it's like a roller coaster.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Right. Think about it. You sit down in the cart, you're strapped in, the heavy safety bar comes down over your shoulders, and you are about to go through some really wild loops.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs.
Exactly. There are going to be slow, nerve-wracking climbs, sudden drops that make your stomach just kind of float, and times when you feel completely upside down.
For sure.
And here's the important thing. You're completely safe as long as you know when those drops are coming. If you see the twist ahead of time, you can lean into it. You can brace yourself and, actually enjoy the thrill of the ride.
That is a brilliant way to frame it. Really, knowing what is coming completely removes the fear because the week starts off with a major climb up that roller coaster hill and then, well, it throws a very tricky curve at you on the exact same day.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Let us start by looking at Monday, June 29th.
Yes, the June 29th double whammy. I've been calling this the high beams and handbrakes day in my mind.
High beams and handbrakes. I love that.
Because, okay, on one hand, we have the full moon happening in Capricorn. But on the exact same day, Mercury goes retrograde.
Yep, exact same day.
So before we talk about how those clash, let's just break down the parts. What does it actually mean, practically speaking, to have a full moon in your own sign?
Well, so to really understand that, we have to look at what the moon actually does in the charts.
Okay.
The moon rules our feelings, right? It's our private inner world and our sense of emotional safety.
Like the stuff you keep hidden from the rest of the world.
Exactly. And when it is full, it means the sun is sitting directly opposite it in the sky, fully lighting it up.
Okay, so no shadows.
Right, no shadows at all. So when this happens in your sign, Capricorn, it puts a giant spotlight on you personally. It brings your personal goals, your identity, and all the things you've been working so incredibly hard for. It brings them out of the dark and into very sharp focus.
Wow. So it is not just like a general feeling of energy out in the world. It is specifically directed at who you are and what you want.
Exactly. In astrology, your own sign represents the very front door of your life.
The front door.
Yeah, it's your physical body, your approach to the world. When the full moon lights that up, it highlights your personal achievements. It is going to help you really shine at work because, well, people will naturally notice you. You will feel this intense urge to step forward and say, look at what I have built.
I can see how that would feel really good. You feel seen.
Yeah.
But, Capricorns are usually so focused on duty, right? They are ruled by Saturn.
Yep, Saturn.
The planet of rules and strict structures. They usually keep their feelings locked up pretty tight.
That is true. Capricorns are usually the ones keeping everything together while everyone else completely falls apart.
Oh, totally.
But under this full moon, all that structural control it cracks open just a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, you are going to feel things very deeply. In your love life, this makes you highly sensitive and ready to actually open up.
Wow.
You will feel a strong urge to express your true feelings to your romantic partner. You will want to take off the armor and say exactly what is in your heart.
That sounds beautiful,
Yeah.
honestly. The high beams are on, the road is completely lit up, you are ready to shine at work and bare your soul in love.
Yeah.
And here comes the handbrake.
Here it comes.
Mercury goes retrograde on the exact same day.
Yes, that is the catch. And we really need to explain what a retrograde is because, people hear that word and they just panic.
Oh, absolutely. They think their phones are going to break and their ex is going to call.
Exactly. But Mercury does not actually move backward in space. It is just an optical illusion.
Really, just an illusion.
Yeah. Earth is orbiting the sun, and Mercury is orbiting the sun on an inside track, moving much, much faster.
Okay.
When Mercury passes us, from our viewpoint on Earth, it looks like it slows down, stops, and moves backward against the background of the stars.
Oh, I get it. Like when you are driving fast on the highway and you pass a slower car.
Yes.
For a second, the slower car looks like it is moving backward, even though you were both going forward.
That is the perfect example. And in astrology, the basic rule is, as above, so below.
Right.
Because Mercury rules talk, emails, travel, and plans. When it looks like it is moving backward in the sky, well, those areas of our life also start to move backward or just get confused.
Oh, I see.
So instead of rushing into the future, this retrograde means you must stop and reflect on the past.
Okay, wait a minute. How does a person actually live with that?
It's tough.
I mean, how do you hit the gas and the brakes at the same time? If the full moon is screaming at you to shout your feelings and show off your big projects at work, but Mercury retrograde is saying, hold your tongue, look backward, and review your paperwork, how does a Capricorn keep from going totally crazy on Monday?
It is a massive mental tug of war. The whole key is how you direct the energy.
Okay, how do you do that?
Well, at work, you handle it by using that bright full moon energy to feel proud of what you have already done.
Past work.
Exactly. You show off the past work, but you use the Mercury retrograde energy to double check the details of the present.
So no rushing forward.
Right. You must review all your professional documents, read every single email twice before you hit send, and strictly avoid starting completely new projects.
Wow, okay.
You can shine a light on your current work, but do not sign a brand new contract just yet.
Okay, I get that for the office. That makes sense. But what about in love?
Yeah, love is trickier.
Right, because if I want to pour my heart out to my partner because the full moon is making me so emotional, but Mercury's messing up my words, what do? Do I just stay quiet?
No, you do not want to hold back the emotion because that full moon energy really needs to come out.
Okay.
But you must change your speed, speak slowly, listen very carefully, understand that communication might be, tricky.
Like wires getting crossed.
Exactly. You might say, I feel so strongly about you, and your partner might somehow hear, I am stressed about our relationship.
Oh, no, that's awful.
Right. So love requires extreme patience this week. Say what you feel, but always follow up by making sure they actually heard what you meant to say.
Okay, so dealing with this mental tug of war on Monday is going to require a big shift in how Capricorns handle their inner world.
Good shift.
They have to manage all this heavy emotion without letting it turn into confused actions. And honestly, that perfectly sets up the major planetary move the very next day, on June 30th.
Yes, June 30th is when things get very interesting, specifically for your wallet and your inner self.
Ooh, the wallet.
Yes. This is when the planet Jupiter enters the sign of Leo.
Okay, let us analyze this for the listener, because Jupiter is the giant of the solar system.
It is.
In astrology, it is the planet of luck, growth, and big gifts.
Yeah.
It basically makes everything it touches bigger, right?
Exactly. Expansion.
And Leo is fiery, bold, and dramatic. But for Capricorn, the astro charts show this shift is happening in a very specific, hidden area of life.
Correct. When we look at the astrological charts, our lives are divided into 12 sections or, areas of focus.
Right.
For you, Capricorn, Jupiter moving into Leo means it is moving right into your zone of shared resources and deep investments.
Wow.
The entry of the lucky planet here brings excellent potential for long-term financial growth.
That's great news.
It is. But the really fascinating part is how this placement also rules your deep psychology.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it pushes you to transform your inner emotional life at the exact same time.
Okay, I need to stop you there. Inner emotional life and shared money. Those sound like two totally different things to me. I mean, one is about feelings and the other is about cold, hard cash. How do they actually connect?
It seems strange at first, I know. But think about what it actually requires to share resources with someone.
Okay.
It could be splitting the rent with a roommate, combining bank accounts with a spouse, taking out a loan from a bank, or trusting a business partner with a big investment.
Right. All of that requires trust.
Exactly. To do those things well, to make good choices with other people's money, you have to feel secure inside yourself.
Oh, I think I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
If you are acting out of fear or if you have hidden emotional pain,
Mhm.
you are going to make really bad choices with money.
Exactly. If you have an unhealed emotional wound, it almost always shows up in your bank account.
Let us give a real-life example of this, because I think a lot of people will relate to this.
Sure.
Let us say you have a bad habit of stress shopping.
Oh, very common.
Right. You get into an argument with your partner, you feel ignored or unloved, and instead of dealing with that feeling, you go online and spend $300 on a shared credit card just to feel better for 5 minutes.
Exactly.
That inner emotional wound directly hurts your shared resources.
That is a very accurate example. Or, consider the opposite extreme.
Okay.
Maybe you grew up in a house where money was always super tight and you are terrified of being poor.
Right. That deep scarcity mindset.
Yes. Because of that hidden emotional fear, you refuse to invest your money.
Yeah.
You just hoard it in a savings account that earns absolutely nothing, missing out on years of growth.
Oh, wow.
That is an inner emotional issue actively blocking your financial future.
So when Jupiter, the planet of growth and luck, comes into this specific area of the chart on Tuesday, it acts like a giant magnifying glass.
It does.
It helps fix that inner wound. It gives
Yeah.
you the push to say, hey, I need to figure out why I stress shop. Or I need to look at my childhood fear of poverty so I can finally trust my partner enough to build an investment budget together.
That is the true gift of this transit. Jupiter brings the wisdom to heal the emotion.
That's amazing.
And once you feel more secure inside, well, you make much better choices with others. You are planting the seeds for long-term wealth here, and those seeds grow in the soil of emotional security.
Planting financial seeds by doing deep emotional work. I really, really love that
It's
concept.
very powerful.
But, I mean, as anyone who has ever kept a garden knows, you cannot just plant a seed and completely ignore the weeds.
No, you definitely can't.
And while the seeds for long-term wealth are planted on Tuesday, an old ghost is going to pop up just 2 days later to really test your confidence.
Yeah, it is.
Let us move forward to Thursday, July 2nd.
Okay, so July 2nd is going to be a very challenging day.
Brace yourselves, Capricorns.
Truly. When we look at the astro data for this specific Thursday, we see 4 completely different major events happening at once.
4.
4. It is essentially a midweek test of your mind, your body, and your business.
A 4-part pop quiz from the universe. Okay, let us take these one by one because this sounds like a whole lot to handle. First, let us look at the business and money test. What is happening there?
The main event here is Jupiter forming a square with Chiron.
Okay, break that down.
Well, we just talked about Jupiter bringing luck and growth to your money. But a square in astrology is a 90-degree angle.
Right.
It is like 2 cars arriving at an intersection at the exact same time. It creates friction and tension.
A crash waiting to happen.
Exactly. And Chiron is known as the wounded healer. It represents old hurts.
Okay.
So on July 2nd, the friction between growth and old wounds means you might feel a sudden wave of severe anxiety about an old debt or a past financial mistake.
Oh, like going to the mailbox and getting a notice about an old medical bill you thought you already paid off.
Yes.
Or just lying in bed and suddenly remembering a terrible stock you bought 3 years ago and feeling a wave of panic wash over you.
Exactly. It is the ghost of a past mistake coming back to haunt you. But the advice here is very clear. Do not let this fear guide your choices today.
Okay, so don't panic.
Right. This is just a test of the new confidence you are trying to build. You must acknowledge the old mistake, maybe make a practical plan to pay the old bill, but absolutely do not let it ruin the new financial seeds you planted earlier in the week.
Okay, so that is the first test. Do not panic over old money ghosts.
Right.
Test number 2 involves the business partner. Walk us through that.
On the same day, Mars forms a square with the node.
Okay, Mars is action.
Right, Mars is the planet of fighting, action, and drive. The node, specifically the North Node, relates to your forward life path and your future goals.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Yeah, when the planet of war clashes with your future goals, it often manifests as a sudden disagreement with a business partner or a coworker about long-term plans.
So you were sitting in a meeting that was supposed to be completely routine, and suddenly the person you work with every single day wants to take the company in a totally different direction. They want to zig, you want to zag, and you end up arguing.
Right. And because Mars is involved, the argument could feel very heated.
Like slamming doors heated.
It could be, but again, we analyze this as a temporary friction.
Temporary.
Yes, you must not let this stress you out or make you think the partnership is ruined. It is just a bump in the road. It is a day of tension, not the end of the world.
Wait. You are telling me my wallet is stressing me out and my business partner is arguing with me?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Biologically, the stress hormones from a boardroom fight and a surprise bill, they do not just vanish.
Hmm.
How does the Capricorn actually handle all of that? What about love? Does that offer any relief, or is that a test too?
Love is actually the bright spot on this day.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, it is a really nice escape. Venus, the planet of love and affection, forms a trine with Lilith.
Okay, a trine.
A trine is a 120-degree angle, which is the most lucky, easy, flowing angle in astrology.
Awesome.
And Lilith is a point in space that brings out raw, hidden, sometimes taboo desires.
Oh, wow. So Venus flowing easily with Lilith adds a deep layer of passion and mystery to your romantic life.
It does. It is a very raw, magnetic energy.
That sounds intense.
It is. So maybe you have that annoying fight at work, you come home stressed about the old bill, but your partner surprises you with something very romantic, very out of the ordinary.
Oh, that's perfect.
It is a sweet reward after a hard day and a great way to let off steam.
But wait, before we get too excited about the romance, we have to talk about the physical body.
Yes, the body.
Because there is a fourth event on July 2nd, and honestly, it sounds a little scary.
Yes, the health test. There is a heavy, malefic, besieged transit happening.
Okay, you have to explain malefic besieged transit in simple terms, because that sounds medieval.
It does sound intense. It is an older astrological concept, but very accurate.
Okay.
Malefic planets are the ones that bring challenges, usually Mars or Saturn.
Right.
When a planet or a point in your chart is besieged, it means it is trapped between these heavy planets.
Oh, like being squeezed.
Exactly. They are ganging up on you, putting heavy pressure on you from both sides. For a Capricorn, who naturally rules the bones and the skeletal structure, this heavy transit takes a real physical toll.
Like carrying a backpack filled with heavy stones all day.
Exactly. It might bring a temporary feeling of stiffness in your joints, aching in your knees, or just a general feeling of being completely fatigued and physically tired.
So your knees might pop more than usual when you stand up.
Yeah.
Your lower back might ache, and you just want to sleep.
Precisely. Because of this heavy physical transit causing joint stiffness, you must avoid harsh workouts.
No, heavy lifting.
None. This is not the day to try and beat your personal record at the gym, run a marathon, or lift heavy weights. You could actually injure yourself.
Wow.
Focus purely on gentle stretching, yoga, or just resting instead.
Let me get this straight. It sounds like July 2nd is the universe's way of putting you in a pressure cooker.
It really is.
Your joints literally hurt, your business partner is arguing with you, and you are sweating over an old credit card bill.
Yeah,
But at least your love life is mysterious and passionate.
right.
If I have a Capricorn, is this the day to just stretch on a yoga mat, light a candle, and avoid the boardroom entirely?
Honestly, if you can avoid scheduling big business meetings or making final financial decisions on this day, yes, that would be very smart.
Just take a sick day.
Pretty much. Stretch your body, deal with the old debts without going into a panic spiral, and enjoy the romance in the evening. Just endure the pressure.
Well, after surviving the heavy, achy, high-pressure energy of July 2nd, it makes sense that something has to give.
It does.
All that pent-up tension creates a pressure cooker environment, which perfectly sets the stage for the fireworks waiting for us on July 4th.
July 4th is a massive day. This is when Mars joins Uranus.
Okay, Mars and Uranus together.
Yes, and whenever Uranus is involved in the charts, you have to throw your plans out the window and expect the completely unexpected.
Let us break down the characters in this story. Mars is the planet of action, energy, anger, and pushing forward.
Right.
It is the spark. Uranus is the planet of shocks, sudden surprises, revolution, and lightning bolts. It is the gasoline.
Very true.
When the spark meets the gasoline, it creates explosive energy. But where exactly does this explosion happen for Capricorn?
When we analyze your specific chart, Capricorn, this meeting happens in a part of your sky that rules your daily work, your routine schedule, and your daily income.
So sudden, highly unexpected changes to the daily schedule.
Yes, and a sudden change to your daily work income.
Wow. We really need to paint a picture of a typical Capricorn for a second here to understand why this is such a big deal.
Let's do it.
If you are a Capricorn, you usually love structure. You thrive on rules.
They absolutely do.
You probably have your entire week planned out on a digital calendar. It is completely perfectly organized. You have alarms set on your phone for every meeting, and you know exactly what you are doing on Thursday, 2 in the afternoon.
To the minute.
Right, so having your daily schedule and your income suddenly shift out of nowhere, that is not just annoying for a Capricorn. That could be terrifying.
It can feel very scary for an earth sign like Capricorn who desperately wants solid ground to stand on.
Yeah.
But When we analyze this astro data, the key advice for you is very simple. Embrace the chaos. Do not fight it.
But why?
Hmm.
Why should they embrace it when their instinct is to fix it and control it?
Because Uranus operates like a cosmic upgrade.
An upgrade.
Yes, it breaks down structures that are no longer working for you, even if you did not realize they were broken.
Oh, I see.
These quick shifts might feel like a severe disruption to your perfect planner, but they are actually pushing you toward a much brighter, more efficient, and happier future.
So if your boss calls you at 8 in the morning and says, "We are changing your whole schedule starting today," or your biggest client suddenly drops out, but a brand new, higher-paying client calls 5 minutes later, instead of gripping your desk and saying, "This was not in my planner, I refuse," you need to take a breath and say, "Let us see where this goes."
Exactly. You have to let go of the control wheel for a minute. Let the lightning strike.
That's hard to do.
It is, but it is clearing the old deadwood out of the path to make room for something much, much better.
And what about love on July 4th? Does this sudden, explosive energy hit the heart too?
It does. This combination of Mars and Uranus brings highly electric energy to all interactions.
Electric energy.
Yeah, it could bring a sudden romantic surprise or a very quick shift in your relationship status.
A quick shift, like a
Yeah.
sudden proposal, or deciding to move in together out of nowhere.
Yes.
Or maybe you are single and you meet someone completely out of the blue at the grocery store, and there's an instant spark.
It could easily be any of those things. Or it could be a sudden mutual realization that you need to completely change the way you and your partner handle your daily lives together. The rule here is the exact same as it is for your work. Trust the process. Let love unfold naturally today without trying to force it or control the outcome.
So July 4th is all about throwing the rule book out the window.
Totally.
Embrace the chaos, let your schedule completely change, let love surprise you. But knowing you, Capricorn, after a day of chaos, you are going to want to clean up the mess and organize everything again.
They definitely will.
Which is fantastic because the very next day, Sunday, July 5th, brings the ultimate tools to clean it up and claim a major victory. Let us talk about power, wealth, and spiritual healing on July 5th.
July 5th is when the dust from the lightning strike settles, and you get to step into your true power.
I love the sound of that.
The astrocharts show Mars forming a powerful trine with Pluto.
Okay, we talked about a trine earlier. It is the lucky flowing angle.
Right.
And Pluto, we know, is the planet named after the god of the underworld. It represents deep, intense power, hidden wealth, and total transformation.
Yes. When action planet Mars connects smoothly with deep power Pluto, it gives Capricorn the ultimate strength and absolute determination to solve complex problems.
So if July 4th is the tornado that mixes everything up and knocks down the fences, July 5th is you standing in the aftermath with a magic wand, fixing the house, finding buried gold in the yard that the tornado uncovered, and building something even better than before.
That is a very accurate way to put it. You will have the extreme focus and power to secure a major victory in your professional life.
That's amazing.
You can look at all the sudden schedule changes from the day before, analyze them quickly, and figure out how to use them to win at work.
Just totally flip the script.
Exactly. This transit also ensures that you can protect your wealth and make incredibly smart financial decisions moving forward.
That is huge. So all that anxiety about old debts and money goes from earlier in the week, totally gone.
Gone.
You are now making smart money moves and winning the game at work. But what about the physical body? The chart shows we had awful joint stiffness and fatigue earlier, plus the heavy emotional baggage we released during the full moon.
The astrocharts have wonderful news for your body on July 5th.
Good.
Mars also forms a lovely sextile with Neptune.
Okay, a sextile.
A sextile is an angle of opportunity, and Neptune is the planet of the ocean, of spirituality, of deep rest, and the unseen realms.
It's very calming.
Yes, this connection brings a wave of deep healing and spiritual peace directly to your physical body.
Well, that sounds so nice. Like finally taking a massive deep breath after holding it in all week.
It is deeply restorative, but
Yeah.
because a sextile is about opportunity, you have to actively participate in it.
What do you mean?
The energy will not just force you to relax. The advice is to take the time to meditate, turn off your screens early to make sure you sleep well, and drink plenty of fresh water to flush the system.
Be proactive about it.
Right. You need to keep your strong physical vessel completely healthy so it can hold all this new professional and financial power you just gained.
Drink water, sleep, meditate.
Yeah.
Basic things. but they are the foundational building blocks of keeping the hardworking Capricorn machine running smoothly.
Absolutely.
Okay, now that we have the timeline of the whole week mapped out, the roller coaster hills, the drops, the pressure cooker, and the recovery, let us look at the specific lucky charms and relationships that will help you navigate this intense journey. Let us open up the Capricorn Toolkit.
The toolkit is very interesting this week. First, let us look at your best dates.
Okay.
The astro data points to June 29th and July 2nd as your absolute best dates.
Wait just a minute. I have to push back on this because that makes zero sense to me.
No, it sounds crazy.
You literally just spent the last 20 minutes telling us that June 29th is the day Mercury goes retrograde and messes up communication, creating a mental tug-of-war.
Yes, I did.
And you said July 2nd is the day with the horrible 4-part pop quiz where old debts scare you, business partners argue, and your joints literally ache. How can those 2 days possibly be your best dates?
It is a fascinating irony in astrology, and in life, really. Best does not always mean easiest or most relaxing.
Okay.
Think about going to the gym to train for a sport. The day you lift the heaviest weights is the hardest day.
Oh, true.
You sweat, your muscles burn, it hurts the most, and you might even want to quit. But it is the best day for actually building the muscle you need to win the game.
Ah, okay. I see. Growth through challenge. Friction creates the spark.
Exactly. June 29th has the full moon in your sign. That is a day of massive personal power and emotional truth, even with the communication glitches trying to slow you down.
Right.
And July 2nd forces you to face old fears and find new passion. These dates are the most powerful days in the week for personal growth and deep emotional breakthroughs. They are the days you actually level up as a human being.
I really appreciate that perspective. Best doesn't mean easiest. It means most important.
Precisely.
Okay, let us move to the color of the week. What is it?
Your color of the week is brown.
Brown. I feel like some people think brown is a boring color, but for an earth sign like Capricorn, brown is the color of dirt, of old wood, of the solid earth beneath our feet. It is the color of stability.
Precisely. It represents the grounded, earthy energy you desperately need this week.
Because of all the chaos.
Exactly. With all the chaos of Uranus trying to change your schedule and the heavy emotional water of the full moon trying to make you cry, wearing brown or just having the color brown around you in your environment psychologically helps keep you stable and rooted.
That makes total sense. And what are the lucky numbers Capricorn should look out for?
Your lucky numbers this week are 10, 17, 22, 32, 31, 45, and 55.
10, 17, 22, 31, 45, 55. Numbers are great, but how should a listener actually use these numbers in their daily routine?
You can use them in small, practical ways to attract luck and remind yourself of your goals.
Like what?
Maybe instead of setting your morning alarm for 6:15, you set it for 6:17?
Okay, small shift.
Or if you need to take a break and stretch your sore joints on that tough July 2nd day, set a timer and do it for exactly 22 minutes.
I would like that.
If you are reviewing those professional documents under the Mercury retrograde, pay extra careful attention to page 10 or page 31. It is about intentionally aligning your daily actions with the rhythm of the charts.
Very cool. I love practical magic. So we have our dates, our grounding color, our lucky numbers. But to make it through the challenging best dates, you need the right company.
You really do.
You cannot ride this wild roller coaster completely alone. This brings us to a very important topic: cosmic companions. Who should Capricorns hold close this week, and who should they run away from?
Let us start with who to hold close. Your absolute best match this week is Taurus.
Another earth sign. That makes sense on the surface, but why Taurus specifically for this week?
Because Taurus offers exactly what Capricorn lacks during this specific transit. Well, remember the big, heavy emotions of the full moon on June 29th. Capricorn really struggles to process big emotions, but Taurus is ruled by Venus.
Ah, the planet of love.
Exactly. A Taurus partner or best friend will offer you steady physical comfort and unshakable loyalty while you process those feelings.
That sounds so comforting.
They will just sit with you on the couch, hold your hand, bring you good food, and make you feel completely safe without demanding that you explain everything perfectly.
They're like a heavy anchor in a storm.
Yes. And when Mercury retrograde hits and communication gets delayed and frustrating, Taurus is naturally very patient. They will wait for you to find the right words.
Nice.
Even better, on July 2nd, when Jupiter clashes with Chiron and you are panicking about money and old debts, you two can work together. Taurus is excellent with money and resources, and their calm logic can help you build a strong, practical financial plan to get out of the fear.
And what about the chaos of July 4th?
Their calm, slow, earth energy keeps you totally grounded and safe when Mars meets Uranus and tries to shake up your schedule. When you want to panic over your ruined planner, Taurus will just shrug and say, let us enjoy the free time.
So Taurus is the heavy anchor, keeping your boat safe in the harbor while the storm blows outside. I love that. Now, who is the person trying to rock the boat just to see how big the waves can get? Who is the worst match this week?
Your worst match this week is Aries. You must absolutely avoid them if you want to keep your peace of mind.
Wow. Why is Aries such a bad mix for Capricorn this week?
It is a complete and total clash of fundamental energies. Remember, you are ruled by Saturn, which is slow and careful.
Right.
Aries is ruled by Mars, which is fast and aggressive. Under your full moon on June 29th, you want to take your life very seriously.
Very focused.
You are focused on your duties, your long-term goals, and deep feelings. But an Aries will seem way too impatient and selfish to you during this time.
Oh, they'll just want to go, go, go.
Right. They want to move fast, they want instant results, and you want to do things right. It is like trying to run Mac software on a Windows computer. It just crashes.
And the charts show something very specific about the planet Saturn in the sign of Aries right now.
Right. Yes. The heavy planet Saturn is currently in the sign of Aries, and the charts show it stays sitting right on top of your tender spots, or your wounds.
Explain what that actually looks like in real life.
It means the heavy, strict energy of Saturn is pressing on your insecurities. And because it is happening in the fiery sign of Aries, a person who is an Aries will perfectly trigger those spots.
So they'll just get under your skin.
Exactly. You will feel like an Aries is constantly pushing your buttons, pointing out your flaws, and doing it on purpose just to get a reaction out of you.
Oh, that sounds utterly exhausting. What about on the difficult day, July 2nd?
On July 2nd, when Mars clashes with the node, you will already have enough stress fighting with your business partner.
Right, the pop quiz day.
Yeah. And Aries has a very aggressive, direct way of handling problems. If they try to help you solve your work issue, their aggressive advice will just stress you out completely. They will tell you to burn the bridge and you want to repair it.
And on the chaotic day, July 4th.
Around July 4th, when Uranus brings sudden lightning bolt changes to your routine, an Aries might take reckless actions. They love risk and danger.
Oh boy.
Their reckless behavior could completely disrupt your career or your home life just when you are trying to stabilize it. It is best to avoid their chaotic fire energy entirely this week.
So hug a Taurus, run far away from an Aries. Got it.
So,
What a profound journey this week is going to be.
it really is.
We have covered the emotional highs, the retrograde slowdowns, the financial seeds planted through psychological work, the physical joint aches, the sudden schedule changes, and the massive power waiting for you at the end of the week.
A lot to process.
To wrap this up, Capricorn, you have to remember the big picture. You are going to feel a lot of deep emotions early in the week. You are going to have to review your past work instead of rushing ahead. You will face some pop quizzes about money and business relationships, and your schedule is going to get thrown in the blender.
Yeah.
But through it all, you have to embrace the chaos. Trust the process, because by Sunday, you are going to be standing tall with the power to win at work, protect your wealth, and heal your body.
That is exactly right. You are safe on the ride as long as you know where the twists are.
Exactly.
Before we go, I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. We talked a lot today about Uranus bringing sudden surprises to your routine, and how those surprises actually clear the path for a better future.
Right.
So if sudden, unexpected changes are what ultimately lead us to our brightest futures, then how much of our daily planning and controlling is actually just us standing in the way of our own luck?
Wow, that is a very powerful question for a Capricorn to think about. Something to ponder while you drink your water, stretch your joints, and let go of the steering wheel. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the episode on Horoscope TV. We highly suggest you hit that subscribe button right now so you can get notified the very moment the next episode is available. Take care, Capricorn, and enjoy the ride.